Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk. What's up, everybody? Big Herc, Prison Talk. You tuned into another episode of the dopest channel on YouTube. I'm here with Suave XXX, and we kicking the shit, man. You know, I want to bring somebody else on the show to kind of give a different perspective on things and speak on some things maybe I couldn't speak on. So Suave, how old were you when you got exposed to the gang life? And looking back, were there some things you wish you would have done differently and went down a different path?
I mean, I was exposed to the gang life probably when I noticed what gangs were, like the difference was probably I was like 7 or 8 years old. I got an older uncle, you know, he gang bang and stuff. So he's 10 years older than me. So when I was really realizing what was going on and seeing guys clicked up or hanging out at our grandparents' house, it was his parents' house, and I was like, what the hell is it? They moved together and everything. I was like, what is this? So then as I got into elementary school, like 5th and 6th grade, I started seeing like, you know, like this is like a camaraderie. And my father, he wasn't around. So what you do is you look to the streets for that father figure. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. I looked up to my uncle as that father figure and dudes that were older than me, that I seen how they moved and the respect they had, and the guys that was following them, I'm like, okay, he's something about him, that they listen to him. And you know, by the age of 13, I was banging my set.
Was there a heavy gang presence in your neighborhood to where like you had to like pretty much represent, or you know what I mean, you could get caught up, or was there a lot of options?
Yeah, no, my hood is big. It's one of the biggest hoods in LA. And in my actual neighborhood in Carson, California, our hoods were separated when I first realized what gangbanging was, and then we all turned the same hood, East Coast Crips. So once I seen how all these people come together and just really like tear up some shit and like make shit happen, I'm like, yeah, I got to be a part of that. I'm fucking with that.
Did you feel like it was like a family you never had? Or you felt like some, you know, like you were a part of something?
Yeah, it was definitely a family. I mean, you know, even today, like when I go to the hood, my homies love me, you know what I'm saying? I love my homeboys and shit. Like, we die and kill for each other, in a heartbeat.
Did you, in that scene, did you meet somebody who you consider to be like a mentor or more like a father figure who kind of like laced you up on being a man?
It wouldn't be like one individual person, unless I would say like, you know, my uncle. You know, my grandfather was there. He was like helping me out a lot too.
What kind of role did he play in your life?
He just played the father figure role. You know what I mean? Because I was the oldest grandchild, oldest grandson. And so I was like the one that was right there with him all the time, trying to help him work on the car. We had a Volkswagen van, remember the VW van? So he would be tinkering on that, and I'm watching him, you know what I mean? And I had a bike I would ride too. You know, this is 8, 9, and 10, 11, you know what I mean? And by the time 12 or 13 came around, I'm like noticing girls, and noticing, you know, people either being bullies or bullying people, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be either one of that. So when I got with my hood, my homies and shit, you know what I mean, we was the type of motherfuckers that went around and did shit together. We did organized shit, and we did it for our hood, not just for some stupid fuck shit. It's a lot of dumb shit going on, man. Motherfuckers don't even understand why they doing it and what they doing it for.
Like they don't really have a purpose or a cause or...
At all. Our shit was to make sure all our homies was good, we were straight, and we had everything we needed. We had the dope, the drugs we needed, the guns we needed, because we had to make money on the block, you know what I mean, to keep the hood straight.
Was there any legitimacy in there, like, you know, guys trying to like steer some of the kids into going into like you know, college or starting businesses or things like that? Did you have any of the big homies like try to like take anybody in that direction?
Nah, not when I was banging, because when I was getting put on, because it was a long time ago. You know, we're talking like 85 when I got put on. So banging, cripping was like the shit to do. It was the thing to do. Like it was, I'm like the second generation of my hood. I'm a tiny loc. So it's like, you know, it was like, it wasn't played out, it wasn't wore out, it wasn't like disrespected, watered down, you know what I'm saying? And it never will be for my hood, but it was like the thing to do. Like, okay, yeah, you part of this, all right, let's roll. It's like being a senior with a Letterman's jacket, and then here I am a junior, I got my Letterman's jacket now. So it was like the thing to do, you know, it was respected.
Are a lot of the guys that you knew from back in the day that were banging, are they still like really hands-on involved, or they have a lot of them evolved into like other things that have expanded beyond the hood?
I mean, we right there in the hood making sure everything is straight. You know, if any of the homies from the hood come and need something, you know what I mean, then we gotta be right there to make sure we can put it together. And if it's something that he ain't got, then we gonna go out and get it to make sure everybody's straight. Because it's all business at the end of the day. You know, people ain't just out there gang banging and throwing a flag, repping a flag and shit just for nothing, man. It's all for territory, and it's all about money.
So it ain't nothing like
respect.
what they're doing on these damn music videos right now, talking about they banging, but they ain't never had to catch a fade or do anything as far as putting the work on the streets.
Yeah, it's a lot of rappers out there. It's Fugazi, you know, they studio rappers. They just following the fad now. It's a fad now. Crip walking is a fucking dance.
Yeah.
You see Asian motherfuckers doing, white boys doing, Mexican essays doing, like, this is against your code, fool. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a dance, and everybody's doing it. And so it's like the respect level is different.
And what would you tell a young Suave today that's in the hood, that's trying to find his way? What would you tell him?
I mean, today, I got a couple little homies and shit under my name, so I got a little Suave and Tiny Suave. But if I was to have another one come up, you know, I would want it to be in a positive light. If you can make gang banging at all positive, I would want it to be to fight for the protection of the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Instead of just doing shit just because you want to rep the neighborhood.
Would you
like secure the premises? You know what I mean?
If you had the opportunity to do something different, would you have liked to have gone to college or pursued your education rather than gangbanging if you would have had that choice?
I mean, yeah, because education is key. I mean, like I said, money is power. And if you got the education, you can make the dollar, and which will step up your status and you be more powerful. I got a lot of big homies from my hood that have good businesses that make plenty of money, that they knew what to do. They seen the vision. So if you can see the vision at 13, 15, then you know what to work up to, and who. That's the big homies that I was like, damn, man, let me go sit down with him and pick his brain about how because he got a 60-foot boat. He going fishing every weekend. I love to fish, man. He got a big house, 2 or 3 houses in the hood, nice ones and shit, and he's making money in the houses too. So it's like, it's a lot of people you can look up to in a positive way that's from the hood, that's did positive things and handling their business.
And what would you say is one of the most important things that you took from that experience of growing up in the hood and being in the streets? Because I know for me, it was respect. It was a level of, just being a man, not being no bitch, and just, having some type of ethics about yourself, like stand up for something. Because, nowadays motherfuckers won't stand up for anything. They'd rather just tell or just fuck it, man, I'm gonna kill motherfuckers 'cause I don't know how to fight. But back then it was a different level of how you carried yourself, man. And what would you say was the major thing that you took out of that whole experience?
Just foolish young shit. What not to do. I would know what if I was to do a go around again, then it was a lot of young dumb shit that I don't feel peer pressure. You know what I mean? If you got a homie to come up to you and peer pressure you and doing some shit that, his ass wouldn't do, then, you know what I mean? Don't feel peer pressure to do it. And then another thing is pick your big homies who you want to idolize and don't let them pick you. Because a lot of homies don't have, good intentions for you too. Mm-hmm. Even your homeboys from your own hood, he might like your sister and you won't let him talk to her, so he gonna try to do some shit to get you out the way just so he can talk to your sister or fuck your baby mama or some shit. It's like all of these things is you gotta see through the bullshit and don't just be a yes man. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you're supposed to do from your big homie that put you on or whatever, but at the same time, you got other big homies that might come through like, hey man, why don't you run this pizza box over here around the corner? That shit I was doing. Mm-hmm. Hey man, go $100, man. When you come back, take this pizza box, around the corner of such and such house. And I am running around the corner with Domino's pizza box. Mm. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing in there shaking and moving. You know what I mean? And you open that box, there's some shit in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean that's part of the shit in the hood. You gotta take this, couple ounces around the corner of the pizza box. It's already rocked up. Mm-hmm. Take it to the spot, drop it off, because you ain't looking in there or nothing.
That's right.
And, it's just so they can make the money in the hood, keep the hood popping, keep the hood right.
Mm-hmm. That's good shit, Suave. I mean, it's good to hear something from somebody who's lived the life, because like I said, a lot of people ask questions and, everybody's experience is different, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of hood politics, man. It's a lot of shit you can't deny, you can't not do. You know what I mean? The motherfucker put you in the backseat of the car and put the pistol in your hand and say you don't take a ride. That's what you gotta do. Mm-hmm. That's Mando. You can't not do that. Motherfucker from another hood pull up on you and ask you where you from. If you wearing all red, you know what I mean? You gotta let him know. I'm from East Coast Crib, 190. It's cracking. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was coming up, there was a lot of hands thrown, not bullets flying. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because we talking mid-'80s and shit. So it was fun. It was cool.
Everybody, yeah.
If you could fight, you know what I mean? And it would be a game because we had a circuit bus across the circuit to go through our neighborhood, and would pick us up and we go to Carson High. But we got to get to Carson High. So guess what? We had to go through a lot of blood neighborhoods and other neighborhoods, and the G13, Scott Parks, and all those motherfuckers to get to there. So what they'll do, they'll chase the bus down, they try to get on the bus. You know what I mean? But it was fun. It was a game, man. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a game because it was real, but it was like, nigga, and if they get on the bus, then it's hands up, let's go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it was fun because I like to fight. So it was like, but I remember one time when they pulled up on us at the bus stop after school waiting to get on that circuit, and the car pulled up and just like 4 niggas hopped out like, where y'all niggas from? And just caught us off guard. I was standing behind the bench, you know what I mean, leaning on the bench waiting for the bus, and I was thinking about something, and I had a couple niggas here, and when they pulled up, skirt, and hopped out so quick and organized, I was just like stuck, like, and them niggas right there, they boom. So I just stood there like, what's up, homie? Like, where you from? I said, I'm from 190 East Coast Crib, homie. He was like, you all right with me, homie? You didn't run. You know what I'm saying? We from Wooty. They weren't even Bloods. You know what I'm saying?
They just were seeing what you was about.
No, they was from somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If we was from the wrong place, if I was from the wrong place, it would have been a problem.
Yeah.
But they saying like, these niggas run, and I just stood there like, what's up? You know what I mean? And they was just like, you all right, you know what I'm saying? You good, man. Your homies, man, they ain't shit. I was like, we was kids. You know what I mean? So shit like that, it gets real quick. It can get real quick. And then, once you get older and venturing off the other hoods and shit, then you see, bullets flying and motherfuckers not asking questions. Because nowadays you can't pull up on, like we used to just pull up on nigga in red, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, cuz? Boom, 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 start dumping niggas out. Now, you got Crips wearing red. I mean, you gotta literally hit these fools up, like, where you from? I'm even cracking. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga might be wearing red, it might be Nipsey Hussle. He wears red.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like Spider Loc, he wears red. I can't wear red. I got on red bottoms. But you know, I don't wear red. I just grew up in that era where we didn't ask questions, we shot.
Yeah.
Blast first, ask last. You know. So but now the game has changed. You got the skinny jeans, cats with the big ass pistol in their motherfucking pants.
Yeah.
You better
Got the
respect.
cannon, exactly.
You better respect them. Don't, because these niggas is not playing, and they will give it to you. They ain't got no problem with it. 'Cause I got a lot of little bastards homies and shit from my hood. Niggas is ready, not playing.
Real talk. Suave XXX, Big Herc 916.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.